because I think that what I've consciously decided to do is be patient and wait for those instructions again, as opposed to the instructions from the record company. You know, I can't, unfortunately, I can't fulfill their needs. You know, I can't, because it's devoid of all feeling, you know what I mean? I have to make sure that what I create, you know, I never want to condescend. There are a lot of people who condescend to the audience. You know, they just think, oh, they like anything, just throw a beat on it and put your voice on it. But if it doesn't move me, then I don't think it's worthy enough to put out there and move someone else, you know what I mean? Like it has to be something that is personally, you know, is something that I need personally. That's my barometer for whether or not it's good for the people.
It's undeniable that Lauryn Hill was one of the most gifted vocalists of her generation, with songs that resonated deeply with so many people. Despite releasing just one album, that album is regarded as one of the greatest ever made. So, what happened? How did an artist with so much promise seemingly vanish? What was it about the pressures of Hollywood that led her to step away from the spotlight?
You know, my concept of successful living is escaping the matrix, as we talked about, you know. It, you know, has very little to do with what people think success is. I actually feel successful right now, even though, you know, I don't have an album out or a video or a song on the radio.
There's been much speculation about why Lauryn Hill disappeared from the public eye, with one theory being that she chose not to take part in certain Hollywood rituals, something that Erykah Badu has been accused of engaging in on multiple occasions.
Erykah, just, I keep waiting for that house to fall on her. And then we can do the ding dong, the wicked witches, you know?
The movie Wicked is coming out.
And it's crazy.
So, could Lauryn Hill's decision to avoid Hollywood rituals have played a role in her stepping away from the spotlight? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore. To give you some context, Lauryn's journey began at just 13 years old, when she took the stage at the Apollo Theater in New York City to perform the Jackson 5's Who's Lovin' You. Unfortunately, nerves got the best of her, and as she tried to find her rhythm, the audience responded with boos.
No, I think that it was probably taken out of context. What I was saying is that I make my music for young black youth because I'm a young black youth myself, and there's a message in my songs.
Yes.
And that's for people who look and come from the same areas that I do. That doesn't mean that my music isn't universal.
So you don't mind white people? So you never said, I don't want white people to buy my music?
I mean, I'm not stupid. You know, I'm a musician, but I like to consider myself a businesswoman.
I mean, your manager's a white guy, right?
Yeah, he is.
Right.
So what was said?
Despite facing a lot of backlash at the time, the Fugees still managed to win 2 Grammys, including Best R&B Performance and Best Rap Album. However, to everyone's surprise, they disbanded at the peak of their success. Lauryn's former manager explained that it was due to creative differences, with Lauryn herself stating, "I intended to be in the group forever until I found myself in circumstances where I felt the inner desire to express myself freely and openly without any constraint." This marked the beginning of Lauryn's solo career, and she quickly became a powerful force in the music industry. Her debut album, Asterisk, The Mystification of Lauryn Hill Asterisk, was a massive success, selling over 10 million copies and earning 5 Grammy Awards. Despite this incredible achievement, and what seemed like an even brighter future ahead, Lauryn mysteriously stopped making music. Her career took a sudden and puzzling turn, and she disappeared from the public eye. Fans and the media were left wondering why someone with so much talent would walk away. When people began asking questions, press suggested that Lauryn simply became uninspired.
You know, all 3 members dropped solo albums. Lauryn Hill's album has the most success. But then she stops dropping albums. I mean, she had like the MTV Unplugged album, but she doesn't really drop a real follow-up to this diamond-selling album. You know, you guys are still close. Did she tell you why she stopped making albums?
She just felt uninspired.
Lauryn Hill's disappearance from the music scene wasn't just about losing inspiration. there were deeper issues behind her decision to step away from the industry. For instance, New Arc Entertainment claimed they weren't properly credited for their work on Asterisk, the miseducation of Lauryn Hill Asterisk, and they filed a lawsuit against her. The case was settled out of court, with Lauryn agreeing to pay $5 million, but the experience reportedly left her emotionally strained. Already under intense pressure, Lauryn began to distance herself further from the industry. In a 2009 interview with Essence Asterisk, Lauryn opened up about her struggles with fame. She explained, "I don't think I ever handled celebrity for a period of time. I had to step away entirely. There were many temptations, enticements, and treatments, whether it was the dependence on image or just some false sense of security. I had to step away when I realized that for the sake of the machine, I was being way too compromised." Lauryn went on to explain her decision to step back in a 2021 interview on Rolling Stone's Amazon Music podcast where she shared, "The wild thing is no one from my label has ever called me and asked, 'How can we help you make another album?' Ever. Ever. Did I say ever?" She described how the freedom she had with the miseducation became overshadowed by the pressure to create a follow-up album that could live up to the first one. After the miseducation there were scores of politics, repressing agendas, unrealistic expectations, and sabotage everywhere, she said. Lauryn explained that she was often included in other success narratives, and when her experience contradicted those narratives, she was labeled an enemy. Lauryn also addressed the gender disparity in the music industry, pointing out that men typically face less resistance when expressing their creativity, while women often have to fight harder for their voices to be heard. She fought for creative freedom and autonomy, refusing to be manipulated or controlled. Over time, Lauryn became an outspoken critic of the industry's practices, particularly racism, sexism, and the hypocrisy of the IRS. These stances reportedly led to her being blacklisted. Like many other artists who stood up for their rights,
I want to talk about what that witch bitch. I was over there at White Rock just last night with my man. I took him over there and I said, "Isn't this lovely?"
Very nice over there.
Never outside. Find me one picture in Dallas of Erykah in her lovely neighborhood.
there was also a time when Jaguar Wright spoke out about Erykah Badu's alleged involvement in unusual rituals, claiming that Badu kept the placentas of the babies she delivered as part of her practices. Jaguar mentioned that Summer Walker's management allowed strange occurrences to take place, including sending Summer to Badu. It was rumored that Badu performed rituals involving chants about graves and kept the placentas from all the babies she had delivered, including Teyana Taylor's. These claims only fueled the ongoing rumors about Badu's involvement in ritualistic practices.
Ain't nobody ever thought, ain't nobody ever asked what she does with all them umbilical cords and all of that placenta from birthing Teyana Taylor's babies. Oh, Illuminati babies. Summer Walker's babies. Illuminati babies. It's a damn shame Toomey and Fat let her get around them. They ain't been right ever since.
Glasses Malone once shared a story about how he was immediately drawn to Erykah Badu when he first saw her. However, before he could make his move, Birdman reportedly told him to hold back, warning him that she was straight up a witch.
And I see Erykah Badu. Man, and when I tell you Erykah Badu was thick, you know, respect to Doc, DLC, and Andre, but man, Erykah Badu, the thickest mother in the world. This before the video came out with that and all that. You know Erykah Badu was this thick. Seeing her, she thick. I'm like, damn, it's thick. So I'm like, shit, I'm finna bust her. I'm finna get her. Feel me? Like, I'm me. Like, Doc had her, Andre had her, so I for sure could have her. Like, you know what I mean? This script. So I'm telling Birdman, I'm like, man, look how thick Erykah Badu is. Like, yeah, she thick, she cold. I'm like, yeah, I'm finna go get her. So I start to get up at my shoulder. He like, hey man, don't do that. I'm like, why not? You don't think I could have her, nigga? Crazy, I could get her. I got up. He's like, nah. He grabbed me again. He's like, man, she like a witch or something, man. Feel me? She on some. And I remember looking like, man, you tripping. I'm laughing. Oh, you crazy. I looked in his face, and it did not look like it was no joke. It looked like he was serious. Like, she had some powers. And I remember just calming down, like, you know what? Let me listen to this. You know, he's from New Orleans, Louisiana, so, you know, they know about all.
When comparing the careers of Erykah Badu and Lauryn Hill, it's hard not to notice their distinct paths in the music industry. Both women have made significant contributions, but they did so in very different ways. Erykah Badu has remained remarkably consistent, releasing 6 solo albums, mixtapes, a highly successful live album, and more. Her blend of R&B and soul helped shape a new genre that brought depth and authenticity to the music scene, setting her apart from other artists. Let me know what you think in the comments below.